Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a pretty wild paradox. How America's most breathtaking national parks also happen to hide some truly deadly secrets. We all know these places are stunningly beautiful, right? But beneath that unparalleled natural splendor lies some serious danger. Danger that catches thousands of people completely off guard every single year. So what if the exact gorgeous views you're traveling hundreds of miles to see were actually deadly? It sounds crazy, but it's a harsh reality. Every year, thousands of visitors get lost, suffer serious injuries, or even lose their lives exploring these incredible places. And you might be wondering, why? Well, because it is incredibly easy to get swept up in the magnificent views and completely forget that untamed nature demands our absolute respect. From extreme weather to predatory wildlife, the hazards are very real, and they are everywhere.
Let's jump right into Chapter 1, Yellowstone and the Grand Canyon.
Yellowstone. It's the absolute crown jewel of the American wilderness, famously known for its geysers and colorful hot springs. And man, they look just like inviting natural hot tubs. But literally, do not let those vibrant colors fool you. The water in these thermal features, it can easily hit 90 degrees Celsius. That's a boiling 194 degrees Fahrenheit. Actually, one of the absolute most dangerous things you can do here is step off the designated boardwalks. Because if you break through that fragile crust, you're looking at immediate severe burns.
And, well, beyond the boiling ground, you've got another totally unpredictable threat out there, the wildlife. The park is home to massive, powerful creatures like bison, wolves, and grizzly bears. Every single year, without fail, visitors end up injured just because they got a little too close. You know, you're looking through a camera lens and it kind of feels like you're just at a petting zoo, but make no mistake. These are wild, highly unpredictable predators and beasts of immense size that will absolutely defend their territory.
All right, heading further south, the Grand Canyon pulls in millions of us to see one of the most famous sights on Earth. But navigating this spectacular gorge, that's an entirely different kind of trap. You're dealing with a beautiful but seriously deadly mix here. Extreme heat, rapid dehydration, treacherous cliffs, and honestly, some incredibly brutal hiking trails. It's an environment that actively works against human survival if you aren't thoroughly prepared for it. And here's the real psychological trap of the canyon. A lot of the accidents here don't happen because of some random rockfall. They happen because visitors completely misjudge the trail distances and, well, they vastly overestimate their own physical limits. Think about it. Hiking down into the canyon feels like a total breeze, but then you have to hike back up. You're facing a massive incline, often in blazing heat. This deadly combination of underestimating the environment and overestimating yourself easily makes it one of America's deadliest parks.
Moving on to Chapter 2, Denali and the Everglades.
So let's swing to the extreme ends of the climate spectrum. Up in Alaska, Denali National Park throws a relentless barrage of freezing hazards at you. Home to North America's tallest mountain, you are suddenly dealing with freezing temps that can just plummet without warning, incredibly unpredictable weather systems, actively shifting glaciers, and, oh yeah, huge apex predators. It is a harsh, unforgiving environment that will test literally the most experienced mountaineers out there.
But what you absolutely need to take away from this is the sheer, terrifying isolation of Denali. If things go south in this extreme wilderness, help is definitely not just around the corner. Because the park is so insanely remote and the weather is so volatile, rescue operations are incredibly difficult. Sometimes they're just flat out impossible to launch right away. You are truly 100% on your own out there. Okay, flip the script completely. We're trading freezing glaciers for a sweltering, predator-dense ecosystem in Florida's Everglades. You're suddenly thrust into this thick, humid environment that is literally swarming with a mind-boggling volume of dangerous creatures. We are talking thousands of alligators, crocodiles, venomous snakes just hiding out in the brush, and massive, dense swarms of mosquitoes. The unforgiving reality here? In the Everglades, one wrong step off the boardwalk means you're stepping directly into the food chain. This isn't some controlled theme park. It's a thriving, wild ecosystem of predators. Wandering off the path or even just getting a little too close to the water's edge can instantly trigger a defensive or predatory strike from animals that are perfectly camouflaged right in their natural habitat.
Which brings us to Chapter 3, Yosemite's Perilous Cliffs.
At Yosemite National Park, gravity is honestly your biggest enemy. It's an absolute masterpiece of granite and water, sure, but navigating those exact features has caused so many serious accidents over the years. You've got these constantly wet, super slippery rocks right in your powerful waterfalls that can sweep you away in a blink. Plus, there are sudden rock falls from those towering granite walls above and steep, exhausting trails that leave hikers physically drained, and that's exactly when mistakes happen.
Now, the landscape is hazardous enough on its own, but let's be real. Human ego often amplifies that risk big time. Backing up to take a selfie near a sheer cliff edge just to get that perfect shot, or deciding to climb in unstable, restricted areas, that can easily turn a dream vacation into a complete tragedy. The margin for error near a Yosemite cliff edge is literally zero.
All right, let's wrap this up with Chapter 4, The Survival Guide.
Now that we really grasp the hazards out there, here are 5 absolute, non-negotiable rules for staying safe so you can actually survive, thrive, and enjoy these parks. 1. Stay on the marked trails. I mean, they're marked for a reason. 2. Never ever approach wild animals, no matter how calm or cute they look. 3. Carry way more drinking water than you think you'll need, especially in extreme heat. 4. Always check the weather before you step foot on a trail. And 5. Follow all park rules and warning signs. Trust me, they're written based on the hard, painful lessons of past tragedies.
So, the ultimate takeaway from this whole explainer boils down to this one simple truth. Nature is breathtakingly beautiful. It inspires us, it draws us in, but it must always, always be respected. When we lose that respect, when we start treating the wilderness like it's just an amusement playground, well, that's exactly when the danger truly strikes.
So I've got to ask, which of these national parks surprised you the most with its hidden dangers? It kind of begs a much deeper question, doesn't it? As we keep seeking out the wildest, most remote corners of the Earth for that perfect view, are we loving our natural wonders to death? Or are we simply forgetting that out there, we're not always at the top of the food chain? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay safe out there,